Welcome to your Farm and Home Show. My name is Joanna Coles, and today we're visiting with Kristin Hildabrand, Warren County Extension Agent for Horticulture. Every Kentucky gardener wants to have tomatoes in their garden.
Yes.
But if you're not growing your own tomatoes and you need to go to the farmer's market to purchase them, there are a lot of options.
Yes, there are a lot of options, and that is nice that if you're not able to, depending on what your schedule is, that you're able to support local by going to the farmer's market. And whenever you're shopping at the market, you might be a little bit checking out like different varieties. And some of the farmer's markets will offer like taste tests of some of the different tomatoes. So there is some sampling options that could be available. And what I really like is the variety of tomatoes that you can find. So I thought we would talk about slicing tomatoes first, because that's one of the varieties that are grown here in Kentucky. And there's a lot of different options as far as like colors and also sizes as well. And really when you start talking about the certain varieties, some will tend to be less acidic. So I know sometimes people get sores in their mouth after eating a lot of tomatoes, but then there could be some other sweeter options out there too that have a little bit more sugar content. And we don't have a green tomato represented today, but you can also find those available as well. But if you look at this palette or plate of tomatoes that we have, these are some really good slicing options that you can have. You know, we kind of look about hybrid versus heirloom. So a lot of times heirlooms, they might not look so pretty, but when you see the flavor that it provides, it's like, oh, that's why it's so popular. And then there's also some hybrids that work really well because they have a little bit tougher skin to them, but they can maybe be grown out in a high tunnel or a greenhouse type setting for later on in life. But you know, specifically the heirloom that we have here on set is the Mr. Stripey. So it's really nice how it's got a different contrast around the top of it. You can see there's a little bit of some pinkish tones to it with a little bit of the yellows there. So that it's going to taste a little bit different versus the traditional red. My favorite, Joanna's talking about your favorites. Brandywine, Cherokee Purple. This is the Cherokee Purple. So it's kind of more of a deep purple. It does have a little bit more sugar content to it. So it's going to be really pretty whenever you slice into this tomato. A lot of times whenever you harvest these, they're only going to last about 3 days. You need to go ahead and use them pretty quickly because of the soft skin and stuff that's on those. I think about it like a chicken salad for, you know, this time of year, and this one really does complement that really well. And then we also have kind of more of an orangey tomato here. I think
the Carolina
Gold. There's also lemon boys. There could be like golden
pink lady.
Yes, golden jubilees. So it just kind of, you'll have to ask your producer or the vendor, especially if you're shopping at a farmer's market, kind of see what some of their favorites are. But you know, slicing tomatoes are a great option, especially for like burgers and sandwiches, wraps. But you know, you could find some other tomatoes out there that are really good for processing. These are more of the Roma types, so they don't have as much water content like these, and they're more of a meatier texture. So that might be something, especially if you're wanting to process and put up some to have for later,
like sauces or even salsas. Because if you don't like a real watery salsa, you like a chunkier salsa. Those are great for that.
Yeah, I'm glad that you said that. And then my favorite are the cherry type tomatoes. I have a little girl at home, and so we're constantly eating it as a snack. But the cherry type tomatoes can work great for salads. I think roasting them in the oven, just adding it, you can have it if you want to, and then just like add a little bit of olive oil and salt and pepper, roast it in the oven for about 20 minutes. That's a really nice complement to a lot of different entrees.
Yeah.
This one is Choco Cherry, and it's a little bit different, but Sweet 100s are a popular cherry type that we have.
Yeah, and those are great, picking them up by a handful, snacking, but also like fresh pasta sauce. If you've never made it before, definitely need to go by your farmer's market and make it, because it's pasta sauce that is so good.
Yeah, I just love this time of year because, you know, a meal can be so different based upon the taste of your tomatoes.
Yeah, so experiment. Don't, you know, slice them, eat them on your plate. Those are delicious.
Yes.
But there's so many ways to make tomato dishes that I think everybody in your family will enjoy.
Yeah, it's like you said, experiment and, you know, try. I know a lot of gardeners like to share and swap different tomatoes. So, you know, maybe you can have recipes. But if you're looking for recipes, we do have a great plethora of Plated Up Kentucky Proud. If you're interested in maybe checking some of those out, we can help you with that too.
But there's no better time than right now.
Right now, that's
All
right.
So hopefully you'll run out and get some tomatoes at your local farmer's market. Let us know how you like them and which one's your favorite. Thanks for watching and have a great day.